for steel stocks are moving sharply today on news U.S. Steel being acquired by Japan's Nippon Steel for $55 a share. That's a significant premium to the $33 a share Cleveland-Cliffs offered back in August. Jim Lebenthal joins us now with what it all means for Cliff shares moving forward. Jimmy, I think you wanted this deal to happen. I mean, the Cliffs deal. I think you thought that Cliffs was going to make the deal happen, but you're being rewarded nonetheless because it didn't happen.
I think it would have been a really cool deal. I mean, this would have been not just an American juggernaut in the steel space, but on the world stage, it would have been in the top 10 as a combined company. But, you know, we are where we are. Nippon Steel made an offer that was accepted. By the way, there's hair on this deal. The union's not on board, and we'll see how antitrust deals with it. So, you know, I spoke to Lorenzo Gonzalez this morning. What he's happy about the most is that his offer that he made in August re-rated the entire sector. I mean, all the steel stocks are up, and I'd say it's a lot having to do with Cleveland-Cliffs having made the offer. You know that I think highly of the stock, and even though it's up really nicely this year, and frankly, it's beaten the S&P 500 over 3 and 5 year periods. I've held it for 5 years. There is a lot more to come. You know, in the press release that they put out after the announcement today, they very graciously congratulated both U.S. Steel and Nippon Steel. And then they said what they're going to do with the cash. They're going to buy back shares. Scott, at the end of the day, this company generates cash in oodles of cash. They've paid down net debt just over the last 6 months from $3.9 to $3 billion. Their enterprise value is $12.5 billion. There's only one thing to do with the cash: buy back shares until another opportunity comes up.
God, for a minute there, I thought you were describing General Motors. Silly me. Do they need to do something else?
Tell me why. Tell me why.
Because that last part sounded exactly what you say about General Motors. They're buying back shares, they're paying down debt, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, do they need to do something now that U.S. Steel's done something else?
I don't think so, because on their own, they're incredibly profitable. I mean, they trade at 8 times estimates for next year's free cash flow. Their enterprise value to EBITDA is at 7. And I think those estimates for next year are missing the fact that hot-rolled coil prices have been accelerating over the past few months. So those estimates are likely to go higher, particularly in the soft landing scenario. Now, I'll answer your question, though, a slightly different way. I think you know Lorenzo, and you know this is a guy who's not going to put his feet up on the ottoman in his office.
I only met him once. I don't really know him. I mean, you talked to him this morning. You know him. I met him once down here.
His public image is not far from his private image. And this is a mover and shaker. This is a guy who is not content being in a smaller company than anyone else. So I think what he does is he just sits back. And let me be clear, he didn't say anything about what's to come. I'm not trading on, you know, non-public information here. But this is a guy who's not content to sit back and watch things happen. He's going to look for another deal, and until that happens, he's going to buy back shares.
Jimmy, I appreciate it very much. I got to bounce. We'll see you soon. Jim Lebenthal on that deal today. Final trades are next.